And he tells me, well, you see, they found someone had pried open the drainage in a shower, and they've taken a shit inside it. He took a fucking shit in the draining pipe. What is it? September 22nd. That's gonna be a little over 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago by now. The allegations from Adriana Lee dropped on Crazy Slick. These two are Twitch streamers, and there were some spicy SA accusations. And let me just read this article so we have some context, because she went on stream last night, and that's really what I want to focus on, but I want to give context before that. Okay. Twitch streamer Adriana Lee has been at the forefront of most social media news after making serious allegations against fellow Twitch streamer Crazy Slick. According to the 22-year-old female streamer, the latter had inappropriately touched her in January 2020 while she was in an inebriated state. Apparently, she had blacked out, and he was feeling her pulse on her chest. You can do that, but you don't have to. There's a good pulse here. There's a good pulse here. She's not that fat that you're not going to be able to feel it on the hand. Yeah. That's her allegations, at least. At a Fuel to the Fire, she revealed that Twitch stars Matthew Miskiff and Maya Higa, anyway, tried to silence her back in 2021 by pacifying the entire incident due to their close association with the accused. The fiasco was brought to light earlier this week after Twitch streamer Tyler Trainwreck TV indicated that Miskiff had a role in orchestrating a cover-up of SA. I'm not going to say the whole thing because YouTube likes to censor. What exactly happened? Born in Detroit and among a various streamers who have relocated to Austin, the Austin streamers list is vast and includes the accused Crazy Slick, age 21, and Miskiff, who has also received flack for his conduct. According to Adriana, Crazy Slick, who was 19 at the time, had touched her... God damn it, these are kids! Had touched her neck and chest without consent. She posted a tweet longer which recounted the entire story, where she exclaimed, "His actions did make me uncomfortable." We can read the whole thing here. I'm just going around. Jesus, you're working your way up to my level. You're in America, bitch. You're in America. I'm guessing you're a wage slave in America. You're not gonna get on my level. I'm a wage slave in Sweden, bitch. We have unions. We have security. I am unemployed at the moment. I could afford to buy a new mic while being unemployed, despite my taxes being 33 fucking %. You're not gonna get on my level, bitch. Sorry. You can try. Maybe you have a union job. Maybe you are one of the lucky few in America. However, once the topic resurfaced after Trainwreck TV's accusatory tweets, Adriana Lee came forward through her Twitch account to reveal that both Mizkif and Maya had discouraged her from amplifying the incident. She also disclosed a recording of Mizkif where he can be heard saying, "What you can deem of it as harassment, whatever, at a low scale is not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit and really cared." Let's see here, 30 seconds.
It's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit and really cared. I'm gonna turn this off if you're gonna be like this. I'll just turn it off. Of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit and really cared. I'm gonna turn this off if you're gonna be like this.
Yeah, seems like Mizkif there. I'm sorry, sorry, Jesus. It's my job now. Well, I hope it's my job now. As a streamer, I have to flex on my viewers, you know, so they know their place and they will give me money somehow. That's how it works, right? I've seen the how the kids do it. Anyway, in her stream, honestly, Jesus, I do wish you the best. I hope you will be able to buy the computer of your dreams. I really do. But I'm not holding my breath for you. I'm sorry. Not in America, at least. In her stream, she also thanked Trainwreck TV for his undying support. She indicated that since Tyler was an established creator, it was easier to share her side of the story. 2 hours. Nope. Since the incident, both Maya and Mizkif have come out to issue a public statement. The latter took to a Twitch stream declaring that she had no part in her TwitLonger, while the former has shared a tweet where he is seen owning up to his mistakes. He also revealed that Crazy Slick has been removed from their content house. Okay. But it's like 2 years or 3 years too late. Maya has responded with her side of what happened with Adriana Lee, saying there was no cover-up. She states at the time Adriana said it was not a sexual assault, so Maya asked for that to be included in the TwitLonger and that they did not word that TwitLonger for her. I'm not gonna watch it. Meanwhile, Mizkif has given his statement acknowledging the slurs Ice Poseidon showed him using in 2018-2019 and him dismissing the serious nature of the Crazy Slick situation. Again, investigation on the rest pending. Since the incident was made public, esports and content creation organization One True King Media, OTK, has also gone on to make a public statement declaring that Mizkif has been indefinitely suspended from his managerial duties. They have also indicated the possibility of further inquiries. OTK co-owner Zach Asmongold, however, has refused to make any official statement due to legal reasons. I can understand that. It is, however, unclear if Adriana Lee will further the situation by pressing any official charges against Crazy Slick. It's been 3 years. Can she? Can she? I don't know. I don't know the situation in Austin, what the rules say. The latter has since removed his social media account after initially refuting the allegation and threatening to sue the 22-year-old for libel. With the disclosure of her traumatic experience, Adriana Lee has been rewarded with a spike in viewership as well as followers on her Twitch channel. Those spikes, very few people in those are gonna watch regularly for much long. Gonna stay around really. they flock to her because they're hoping for more drama. And unless she feeds that drama, they're not going to stick around, I don't think. Feels weird to frame it as a reward, honestly. Yeah, I agree. It's really weird. Why would they frame it that way? It reveals a bias. As of his with the disclosure of her traumatic experience, Ellery has been rewarded with a spike in viewership as well followers on her Twitch channel. As of this writing, she has amassed over 58.4. Where did the 6 come from? 58.4 thousand followers. She usually streams under the just chatting category. Prior to the incident, her average viewership ranged between 200 to 2K. However, her last 2 live streams, which were both centered around the charges of misconduct. Can I censor myself live? Misconduct. Received a combined total of over 280,000 views. Yeah, people flock. Like I said, people will flock to the drama, and then they will dissipate. It happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. It's no big deal. However, the reason I'm talking about this isn't to bring light to this, because everybody already knows about it. I just wanted to bring some background to this. When women come forward with sexual assault allegations, they are not taken serious. They are dismissed. They are seen as looking for attention. They are looking to be rewarded with attention, aren't they? And it's bad. It's really bad. We need to fix that. It's hard. It's hard to fix it because it's hard to prove that you were sexually assaulted, because sex is sex is legal unless you're underage, or consenting sex is legal. So non-consenting sex, how do you prove it wasn't consenting? Therein lies the difficulty. She has witnesses who apparently corroborates her story to some extent, at least. They corroborate that she was passed out and that he took her pulse by touching her chest. But now she goes on and says this.
It kind of relates to this situation I've been dealing with lately.
It's kind of low, isn't it?
At the end of the day, like, if I was a man in this situation, everyone would believe me, and there wouldn't be questions, and I wouldn't be getting called a clout whore and whatever, and like people telling me like, oh well, you shouldn't have drank then, like that's your fault for drinking, and like, and things like that. It's like, I don't know, it's really like discouraging, because like even with like the Sienna May thing, like everyone supports the victim in that situation who was also asleep and got touched, because for women don't want to support sexual assault or harassment on any level, if it's a guy or a girl. Women see this girl doing this to, like Sienna May doing this to someone, and they're like, fuck her, like we don't want to support this. But when a guy sees another guy do it to a girl, it's like, what was she wearing? What was she doing? Well, that's her fault.
Did you hear that? She believes that if she was a man, the allegations would be taken seriously. In some respect, And this is why I wanted to talk about this, because I saw a snippet of this. In some respect, she is correct. If a man gets touched by another man, it will be taken seriously. I'm guessing unless they're gay. I'm not gay, I don't know. If a man, however, is raped by a woman, in some places in the world, you can't even report it. It's not a crime. Unless the woman penetrates your ass with something. There is issues for women to be taken seriously. There are greater issues for men to be taken seriously when the allegations are against a woman. A man who's raped by women, what will they say? Now, this isn't, again, I gave the backstory. It is serious what Adriana went through, and I wish her the best. I have no reason to dismiss her allegations. I have no reason to mistrust her allegations. I don't know. I wasn't there. But people seem to be in agreement around her that it is true and yada yada. So, going back to her statement here, after I've given that clarification, so I won't be taken out of context as he's just speaking over the woman. No, completely sure. Go ahead. I completely trust her assessment of the situation. When a man accuses a woman of raping him, what do people say? What do people say to that man? I have a clip that might illuminate.
It's a woman.
What happens? Please don't. Please, Comedy Central, I beg of you. Well, you know what? We can just go like this. You see the show, it's South Park. And then we can go back here.
It's a woman.
A woman?
Yeah, she's having sex with a boy.
Nice. 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 Oh, but she's ugly, right?
Well, no, not really. It's the kindergarten teacher, Miss Stevenson.
The blonde?
Yeah.
Nice. 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 Nice.
Everybody congratulates everybody when the victim is a man. Again, unless the perpetrator is a man. A female perpetrator is never brought, well, I can't say never, is never seen as equally serious as a male perpetrator. Ever. Jesus, you're on the money. I bet it felt great. Yeah. People dream, grown men dream of being raped by a hot woman. We have this situation. Fuck you, fuck you. Australian heiress arrested for allegedly sleeping with a 14-year-old boy. What did people on Twitter say? They said, lucky him. Oh, I wish I was that boy. Ah, why did he destroy such an opportunity? Why? Because she's hot. Who the fuck cares? Boys. Why are they clapping? Who? Fuck you. I hate news sites. I absolutely hate news sites. People lose their minds. They have no sense of right and wrong when a woman is the perpetrator. They have no sense of right and wrong when the man is a victim even. I've been a victim of sexual... I almost said it. Of SA. Of sexual assault. I've been a victim of that. By a man. I told this story on Twitter. And what happened? Most people granted, because it was in under another person who was a victim of SA. And I decided it felt like the right environment to tell the story. So I told the story of how my coworker, my male coworker, felt me up under the sheets, but above my briefs, because I had briefs on still while I was sleeping. And my reaction in a sleep-induced state was to roll over on my stomach, because I guess he turned me on my back, because I never sleep on my back. And I rolled over on my stomach and fell asleep because I was that tired, because I had worked so fucking much. It was a work thing. That's not going into details. And then I'm awoken again. Exact same situation. I can only imagine only less than a minute had gone by. Again, in my sleep-induced state of mind, I roll over again. But I don't go to sleep. I do not fall asleep a second time. Fight or flight. Fight, flight, or freeze is the correct term. You can either fight your way out, you can flee the situation, or you can freeze up. I wish that I fought him. I dream of having punched him right then, right there. That was a reoccurring fantasy of mine for years. Now, I don't think of him at all. I wouldn't recognize him if he walked down the street. If he sat next to me, I wouldn't recognize him. I wish back then, and still, to some extent, that I fought him. I didn't. Fleeing. Because what happened the second time I rolled over and didn't fall asleep, he started tugging on my hip for me to roll over again. But I didn't. And he took the hint. He went back to his bed because we were sharing a hotel room at this work event. He went back to his bed, which was on the other side of the room. And he started masturbating. Furiously masturbating. And I mean, you could hear I didn't know what to do. I just laid there, frozen, because I knew if I moved, I had to fight. And I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not the fighting type. I've taken martial arts. I'm trained. I can handle myself. But I'm not that kind of guy. So I decided, or I didn't decide, my body decided for me to freeze up. Which meant I had to lay there and listen to not a pleasant sound at all. Eventually, he went into the bathroom. He turned on the shower. And I decided that's my cue. I willed my body to life again. Packed my things quickly. Went out. Sat down. It was like 4 a.m. or something. 3 maybe. I went out because I believe I had a computer with me. So I just sat on the computer, surfed the web. This was quite a few years ago by now. 10 years ago, perhaps? So the web wasn't as evolved as it is today. Was less things to do, but I found my things to do. Eventually, my all other coworkers got awake and food was served and all that. And I wanted to talk to my boss so that we didn't, because there were 2 buses leaving the area to go back to Gothenburg, where I lived at the time. And I didn't want to sit in the same bus as him. I didn't want to look at him. And my boss, because I went to him and I said, can we talk? And he just blew me off 3 times. Because he assumed I wanted to talk about work. And of course, the last thing he wanted to talk about was work. But eventually, when it got closer to departure, I pulled him aside and said, what the fuck are you doing? And the look on his face when I told him what had happened, he apologized immediately. Again, male on male violence, yeah, this could be taken seriously. That can be taken seriously. Eventually, because we still worked on because I worked on this was a boat we worked on. And eventually, work continued a week later because we were a week on, a week off. Awesome. I loved that type of work. Wish I could have it still. I can't, unfortunately. Eventually, we were working on. They made sure our shifts we didn't share the same levels, at least. We were still on the same boat. We still had the same weeks we worked, but we weren't on the same level, and I appreciate that. However, I did see him in the corridors at times. My reaction? To flee. I hid. And I felt like a little bitch. Holy shit, did I feel bad about that. God damn, was that hard. Seeing him arose all the feelings I had that night again. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Despite him only touching my groin for less than a minute, perhaps, he just felt me up. That's all it took. That's all it took. But since I was asleep and I was completely helpless, had he had a knife? Maybe. If he really wanted to, he probably, and that's the thing. I was completely helpless and under his mercy at the time. I had recounted my experience several times at this point, because I was, back in the day, I was an MRA guy, men's rights activist, and I had told women online what you need to do, and and I still believe this to some extent. I kind of believe this still. It's the way to stop Jesus. I've been through some stuff. I'm going to therapy now. I appreciate you talking about this stuff. Thank you, Jesus. I've talked about this so much that and it's so long ago. I've processed this to such an extent that it doesn't really bother me anymore. And I've never, thankfully, because that could have been a time where I was radicalized against gay people. I've never been radicalized against gay people. Thank fucking God. I've had male coworkers after this incident hit on me, even telling me, "Oh, if only you were gay," because I am a big fluffy guy, you know. I have some hair. Gay guys love me. Gay guys love me, and I appreciate that, you know. Thank you. But yeah, anyway, back to the story. I've recounted this story so many times to my boss, because he had to have something, to the police, to friends. Because again, I told females when I was a men's rights activist, what you need to do to stop rapists in general is to report. Maybe, likely, nothing happens with your report. Maybe you are the first. Maybe the dude doing the assault gets an idea. Oh, wait. The first time I tried, I get reported. Thank fucking God I got away with it this time. Thank fucking God I'm not in jail. Maybe he wakes up from that. Probably not, though. Probably he's gonna think, oh, I got away with it this time despite being reported. But then it happens again. And then a third time. Now, police have 3 people identifying the person as a threat. Now, they can corroborate methods he used to get women into that into that position of vulnerability. You know? Oh, every time this dude is reported, people report being roofied because they had one drink and then they were blackout drunk and they don't remember anything else from the night. Interesting. And these women don't know each other? Maybe this guy roofies people. Maybe we should investigate that. One person saying it, we don't know. We can't take it serious. How do we know? 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, 10 people, 20 people. Oh my God, we have a serial rapist on our hands. And I still believe this. I don't know if it will happen, but the odds of it being stopped greatly increases if you report it. So, because of this, I decided I couldn't be a hypocrite. I couldn't take that bait. So I decided, I have to report this. So the day after I got home, I called the cops. A female cop answered. And I gave my report. And I was so mad at her because she, instead of, I don't remember what I wanted, but she gave me pity. Not empathy, pity. And I didn't like that. And I still don't like that. I don't want pity. That's not what I call the cops for. I wanted empathy. Sure, I can take empathy. Of course. Who doesn't want empathy? Empathy. I don't want pity. Don't infantilize me because I had a moment where I was weak, where I was in a position of being taken advantage of. Don't infantilize me because of that. Anyway, I reported her. Him. I didn't report her for giving me pity. That's not a reportable offense yet. It's gonna get there. We're working on it. Trust me, we're working on it. It's gonna get there. God willing. And yeah, so I had to recant this so many times. And then I get a call from my boss, my immediate boss, the guy from the resort who blew me off. And I go into his office on the boat. This is during the work week. And in the office are two other men, two high-ranking men. And my boss asked me, "Can you recant the story once more?" And I recant the story. And he said, "Yep, sounds exactly like you told me at the resort." Okay. And during all this time, I'd left out the bathroom part. Or the shower part. I told them he went into the bathroom. I never said anything about the bathroom or about the shower running because I didn't see that as important at the time. However, my boss tells me, and this absolutely helped me get over the traumatic experience that I had. My boss tells me, or he asks me, "Did you ever take a shower?" No. It was one night, and I was going home. Everyone was drunk the day after, or hungover the day after. There was no chance of anyone caring that I hadn't taken a shower. And he tells me, well, you see, they found someone had pried open the drainage in a shower, and they've taken a shit inside it. He took a fucking shit in the draining pipe because I didn't want him to. And I realized that this guy's fucking psychotic. What the fuck is the correct reaction to this? He took a shit in the draining pipe after prying the draining the drainage filter off the floor. And the cleaning ladies had apparently found the shit when they were cleaning the room afterwards. I think he told me this because there was really nothing they could do, unfortunately. They should have done things, but he didn't have the power to do those things. How did he even get the drain off? Did he have a screwdriver? No. It's just plastic. You can pry it off if you have the willpower. I don't know if if there was something in the. I don't think I ever went into the bathroom even. I don't know if there was anything in the bathroom he could use for it to help pry it off, but it's just plastic. If you want to, you can pry that shit off. All it takes is a willpower, and if that's the only way he can come, that's the only way he can come, I guess. So what should have happened really is be me at least, because there was no evidence of anything, so they couldn't punish him. He didn't go to jail. There was no court date or anything. But I knew nothing would happen. I knew that would happen. And if you watch my last stream, or listen to the video I put out yesterday, perhaps, I think, about Warrior Poet Society, where he says we should believe in when I defend the children's book, saying knowing you won't win the war is a good thing. Because that kept, if I for a second thought, this dude is going to jail because I reported him, because I know it's true, I would have been so fucking demoralized by him not only not going to jail, but being allowed to work at the same workplace as me. That would have been so fucking demoralizing. I don't know. I would probably have been depressed. But knowing that he wouldn't be going to jail and probably would be able to stay on to work, that kept me from falling into a depression. However, nothing happened, and that shocked me. Nothing happened. They didn't offer me a different workplace or a different work area, because we shared the same duties. We were both stewards. We cleaned the fucking boat, both of us, which meant we had the same work hours. We had the same work environment. It wasn't just that we were going to see each other in the corridor or hallways once in a while, be at the same meetings. No. We would be working alongside each other. I couldn't do that at all. Unfortunately, it meant I eventually left the boat. But they could have offered me to work a different week, perhaps. Now, I didn't leave the boat only because of this. This was in 2008. Yeah, it was 2008. The economic crash made Gauntlet. They really did fail me. But I don't blame my boss for it, because I blame the company. I blame the higher ups, because they tell the boss what he's allowed and not allowed to do, really. So it's not his immediate fault, at least. Anyway, the reason I say all this, the reason I told this story, is not just to give me sympathy points or anything like that. I have a point. Trust me, I have a point. I recanted this story under this tweet thread, word for word almost, or at least event for event. And someone replied to me, a man, believe it or not. And he said, I don't believe you. No real man would allow for another man to do that. You either are lying or you enjoyed it. God, my nose itches. What can I say to that? What can I say to that? Whatever I say, he's not going to believe it. I tried reasoning with him. It's Twitter. What the fuck am I trying to do? It was just that man. Nobody else. Everyone else gave me sympathy, gave me empathy, gave me what I expected. Sorry to hear that. Keep up. Glad to hear you're doing well today. But no, this guy, he just flat out refused to believe me. Why? Because I'm a man. Men can't be victims. That's the mantra. So, to wrap all of this up, again, let me see if we go like that.
Especially, like, it kind of relates to this situation I've been dealing with lately, because it's like...
And I'm gonna...
At the end of the day, like, if I was a man in this situation, everyone would believe me and there wouldn't be questions and I wouldn't be getting called a clout whore and whatever.
She wouldn't be called a clout whore. They would question, why are you complaining? Unless the person assaulting her is a guy, or him at this point. If she was a man and was assaulted by another man, she wouldn't have been having an increase in viewership. She would have been dismissed right at hand, right off. There would be no reason to believe that had she been a man and the assault had been a woman, there would be no reason to believe that anyone would take that seriously. And on top of that, there is not even a guarantee the police would even accept the report. That's the crude reality for men. We are not capable of being seen as victims by some people. And it sucks. It really sucks. Men are just as likely, more likely to be assaulted than women. Not assaulted. Just assaulted. If you go to a club, I'm laughing, but it's a funny video. There is a video. Where is it? God damn it. It's lost. Can't find it. There's a video of a woman dancing and punching people out around her. Just throwing haymakers as she's making her way through the dance floor. What happened to her? Nothing. Because she's a woman. People don't think women can assault men. How many men have defended themselves? I know. That's his name. What happened? We don't need audio. What happened with Beyonce's sister after she assaulted JC? This is the bodyguard, by the way, of JC. I believe that's the bodyguard. What happened? She has a very successful music career still. I guess Chris Brown also has it. But whenever Chris Brown is brought up, his allegations are brought up as well, isn't it? I don't think I can't remember. I believe her album is called Lemon, but I can't remember her name. I don't care. This is how male victims of assault are treated. The woman is never the assaulter. Just smashing buttons in a crowd. Yeah, she was She was playing Tekken while she was high on adrenaline in the dance floor. She forgot where she was. She thought she was in VR in a VR game. It's understandable. It happens. It happens to the best of us. But yeah, that's pretty much what I want to say. Men are not seen as capable of being victims of assault. It's sad. It really is. Men who are fleeing or trying to. I've seen this live. A man who told a girl to fuck off because she was following him. They were dating or they were together in some capacity, I believe. I was walking on the other side of the road, and I saw them arguing loudly. And he was trying to tell her to go fuck off because he didn't know if he could control himself. He was warning her. He was warning her repeatedly and shoving her away. And she just kept going. She just kept going. So, and I could peer through the veil of time, and I saw what was going to happen. He was fucking going to jail over assault on a woman who he repeatedly told to fuck off and tried to go the other way. He was actively trying to distance himself from her so that he wouldn't have to punch her. And she just kept weeping, crying, big tears, and telling him to stop, to stay, to don't do this, yada yada. Who cares? If someone tells you they don't know how they'll react and they're trying to leave, just let them leave. But anyway, I decided, you know what? After peering through time and space at her future in the ditch with a black eye and maybe some loose teeth, and his future in jail, I said, you know what? I can prevent this easily. I can step in between. And I did. And I kept her there for probably a minute so that he had some distance. He could disappear somewhere. And then I let her go. Because she wasn't a danger to me. He was a danger to her, and he knew it. And I don't know what was transpired before that. I have no idea. Doesn't matter. He could have been a massive douche, and she could have been justifiably angry at him. And if he was trying to leave and he told her, stay the fuck away, let him cool off. To be clear, if he had punched her, unless she was a direct threat to him, doesn't justify it. But it does explain it.